The crypto markets have been bleeding as everyone has been panicking over Trump's tariffs and the ensuing trade wars that may inevitably lead to more inflation, which will end up forcing the Fed to hold back on rate cuts. But are we missing the forest for the trees? Because like I've said before, when you're in doubt, you need to zoom out. So it's time to put everything in perspective so that we can regain focus. It's time to separate noise, correct signaling from noise, and prove that under Trump's leadership, the US is on its way to becoming the crypto capital of the world. So in today's show, I'll explain how his plan has already been set into motion, and it's only a matter of time before the US unlocks a quadrillion-dollar crypto market. So all right, guys, welcome to my channel. Happy Friday. My name is Jessica, and I'm so happy you're here today. And without further ado, let us get into what this plan is. All right, so starting off with Bitcoin's price, we are at 84,000. We know that Bitcoin dipped down to a $79,000 Bitcoin earlier today. That's what I woke up to. So it is, and it was definitely shocking. It was definitely not exciting, but in my heart of hearts and in the core of my stomach, like in my gut, I believe that it's over? Do I think that, it's over for Bitcoin? No. Not at all. This is just part of Bitcoin's journey. So let's keep going to learn more about what Trump has put into motion already to help save Bitcoin's market, Bitcoin's price, the crypto market. And hopefully this increases your faith and lifts your spirits a little bit as we go into the weekend, because that's important too. You have to feel good, to do good, to be good. It's this self-fulfilling prophecy, right? So anyway, we know that, as you can see on the screen here, President Trump announced his 25% tariff on the European Union. In large part, this is what is causing the dip in the market. We have some people feeling like Bitcoin is effed. I'm not going to say the very dirty word in my channel, but it's because we have Jim Cramer, right? Like if you're in crypto, if you've been, if you follow markets, you would know that there's this sort of irony around everything that Jim Cramer says. I don't pay attention to it too much, but there has been a correlation. So he basically says, you should go buy Bitcoin. He compares it to MicroStrategy's stock, right, which is a play on Bitcoin. But he says, his best advice is just to own Bitcoin, right? So anyway, some people think that it's because Jim Cramer said this, that's why Bitcoin has been tanking. But that's not the case, right? We know there are larger forces in the market. But anyway, let us take a listen to Donald Trump, where he promises us, and we know that so far he's been delivering on all of his promises. And that's very important to pay attention to, because people set patterns, right? You can trust somebody when they tell you the truth, every single time. And even if it's good, a good situation, a bad situation, they gain your trust because they prove themselves every time, right? Well, and the same is true for people you can't trust. Eventually, people break your trust because they don't fulfill and they don't show honesty or integrity time and time again. Well, in President Trump's case, the reason I believe him is because he has been proving, I've been following the news very, very closely, and he's delivering on everything that he has he campaigned on. Everything he promised us, he's been starting to act on and delivering on. So let's listen to him, because it's important to hear things. Again, it just reminds us of what's to come. So let's take a listen to Donald Trump's commitment to us in making crypto in the US great again.
Applauded lower prices. I'm pledging today that in my second term, we will eliminate a minimum of 10 old regulations for every one new regulation. We'll be able to do that quite easily, actually. And instead of attacking industries of the future, we will embrace them, including making America the world capital for crypto and Bitcoin.
And as I said, he has been delivering on his promises. So this was one of the first promises he made us. Remember, he said on day one, he would fire Gary Gensler. And Gary Gensler, we know, resigned, I think, the day of. Here, hold on. Let's go through one thing at a time. So take a listen to President Donald Trump saying this, and then remember that this happened, okay? Like Gary Gensler was probably indirectly forced to quit or resign, right?
On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint him. Oh my gosh.
And as I said, he ended up, see? And this was, let's just read it, right? So on November 16th, Gary Gensler ended up reporting to be stepping down from the SEC. And then here is a recap of when David Sachs, who's now the new crypto and AI czar, gave a speech at the White House, specifically talking about how much the crypto space was persecuted. These are his words, persecuted and oppressed under Gary Gensler. They even called it Choke Point 2.0. So let's listen to what David Sachs had to say and how he references and speaks of the change they're going to be bringing about, right?
We're coming off, frankly, 4 years of arbitrary prosecution and persecution of crypto companies where the SEC wouldn't tell founders what the rules were, and they would prosecute them. And many founders have even told me stories of being debanked personally just because they had founded a crypto company.
And it's so impressive, frankly, to listen to David Sachs speak and reference all of the oppression and how hard we had it, how hard the crypto space had it, how hard Bitcoin had it to just have a place at the table, just be part of the market, just function. The US chased away, I personally know so many crypto founders and crypto projects and crypto builders that left the US because it was just so suffocatingly restrictive on anything to do with crypto. They were putting, I know there are some scams in crypto, I don't think any of us should play innocent in that regard, or play naive, sorry, or be blind to all the scams in crypto. I know we're not, but from the outside world, they see crypto, or until recently, they've seen it as all one and the same. Meme coins, the way meme coins are a scam, other crypto projects are a scam. So therefore, Uniswap's a scam, therefore Tornado Cash. Like they don't understand there's so many different sectors, right, within the crypto world and market. They just see it as all one and the same. And thankfully, thanks to Donald Trump's presidency and his leadership for appointing people like David Sachs to oversee the new innovation behind crypto and AI, we now have people. We have somebody like David Sachs on our side that's going to help clarify and relieve all these choke points in crypto regulation in the US. In the US markets. So we have to remember how far we've come. And that's what I hope you got from today's video. That said, shortly after, this was now how long? Like a month ago, right? Shortly after Donald Trump was inaugurated, there was this new SEC Crypto 2.0 task force that was created, dedicated, as I read on the screen, to developing a comprehensive and clear regulatory framework for crypto assets. How fantastic is this, guys? You don't think this is going to have an effect on the crypto market, on good altcoins, even on some meme coins, as much as I don't really like them? It is. We just haven't seen the effect yet, right? Like I heard someone once say, like, the further you're held back in life, right, because of family trauma, or you just didn't grow up in a rich family, or you were coming up through a lot of debt, or you had to work your way to the top, like the harder things are for you in life, and I know I've seen this for myself, it's like a slingshot. It's like winding you back. And then eventually, once you're released, you fly the hardest. The people that have been through the most, as we all have in the crypto space, but even on an individual level, as so long as you can learn from what you've been through, you know you will go further because you have come from the bottom. Like, I know it sounds like a rap song a little bit, but seriously. So this is so wonderful for all of us in the crypto space. And, good always prevails. And it's just a matter of time. That's it. And then a couple days after the last piece of news I gave you on the SEC now having a crypto 2.0 department or sector, so to speak, we had news of basically Donald Trump, right, in conjunction with his probably crypto AI czar and the rest of his leadership in the cabinet. But they decided to rescind or get rid of the SAB 121 bill. I believe it's a bill, which basically prevented banks from custodying Bitcoin. So right away, he said I believe he said it as part of his campaign. I don't recall exactly, but as part of making America the crypto leader of the world, he had to get rid of restrictive regulation like Bill SOP 121, right? Anyway, and he went through with that right away. So what else? What other great news has happened so far? I mean, Donald Trump has been president for what, like a month and a half? Amazing. And already the lawsuit against Uniswap was dropped. How amazing is that? Then, I think this was today or this was yesterday. This was today, guys. The SEC officially declared meme coins not a security. That's like really, this is really interesting timing to me. And it actually speaks of how our crypto market, our crypto world, even though it's big to us, it's actually small in comparison to the rest of the market and the world. And we went through this recent hack with North Korea being confirmed behind it, right? Hacking Bybit. And then previously we had the Libra scandal that actually were the same scammers behind Trump's meme coin and Melania's meme coin. Like it's the same people. So it's actually amazing to me that despite all the recent scandals and hacks and like scams with meme coins, that they would rule favorably for meme coins and just say it's not a security. It just shows you the clarity from which the government's operating from and the fact that these scams, it informs us, it tells us how they view meme coins. Like it's basically gambling. Anyway, the SEC said that meme coins do not involve the offer and sale of securities under the federal securities law. So that's great. That's clarity. And I'm sure, you know what, meme coins will be around for a very long time, probably forever. But hopefully everyone who gets burnt once doesn't get burnt again. Although I have noticed people have to get burnt a few times before they realize to not do it. But as I've always said, what you invest in meme coins is your gamble money. It's your throwaway money. That's the only way you don't lose any sleep and don't panic and you don't get angry about losing any money to meme coins if you see it that way. But anyway, wrapping things up a little bit, we have Ryan Rasmussen, who's head of research at Bitwise Invest, who says the institutions are coming and the SEC is pro crypto and the Senate is pro crypto and the House is pro crypto and the president is pro crypto and the Operation Choke Point 2.0, as David Sachs was talking about, is over. And the US is creating a sovereign wealth fund. And you are bearish? Question mark, he says, right? Like when you see it that way and you think about how everything is pro crypto and pro Bitcoin and how regulation keeps getting clearer and clearer. Wow. Like we have not seen the benefit of this yet. The market has not seen it yet. We're feeling the weight of the tariffs on the crypto market and on Bitcoin, but we know based off of my last few videos and the last few indicators I've explained to you that all we need is Bitcoin to bounce. Like Bitcoin needs to bounce up and it's going to take altcoins with it. And we already see value flowing from Bitcoin into altcoins. We've already seen that. And we know that the DeFi sector has been leading the way. It's just a matter of time, guys. You just have to be patient. We've come so far. It's not a time to fall down now. Like don't fall off the horse, as they say. It's just like you're falling down at the finish line. I used to have somebody once tell me, like, don't fall down at the finish line. You made it so far. You've been through so much. It's not the time to fall now. But anyway, this I thought was so interesting and I wanted to share it with you. It's the bitcoinstatesofamerica.com. This is so interesting, actually. And it shows you the whole US and where we stand as a country. Man, I love the US and being an American now. I always love the US, but now I'm really proud to be an American. It's amazing to see the change that's going on. Like these are all the states in the US that are petitioning or applied for in the process of getting their own Bitcoin strategic reserve. And we know that what happens on the state level is like the incubator for what then will get rolled out on a federal level. It's like the testing grounds. So guys, like every week that I come to you, it's more states, more states. And we know it was just Arizona was just approved for their Bitcoin strategic reserve. It's just amazing. And then here we have Michael Saylor, who we know is like the crypto Bitcoin brand ambassador for us all and to the world, saying that on Tuesday, So 3 days ago, he had the opportunity to meet with the House Financial Services Committee and the representative, French Hill, to discuss digital assets and how we can make the US the global leader in Bitcoin and crypto. The digital assets framework I presented during the meeting is attached below. So he shares it, which is amazing. I'll retweet this on my account. So if you want to go read it, I'll also retweet this one for you. I'll go back to it. Anyway, this is amazing because this man right here, you see, he is virtually like the biggest Bitcoin evangelist we have in the world outside of like Andreas Antonopoulos. Huge. And we have him on our side. Like, how beautiful is that? He's consulting the US. But of course, he's probably going to make it so. I don't know. I'm not going to say he's going to sell his services, whatever. I mean, technically, strategy, previously known as MicroStrategy, is a Bitcoin play, right? It's not like it doesn't allow you to own your Bitcoin. You're buying the stock whose profit comes from the Bitcoin strategy that he uses in buying more Bitcoin, right? Anyway, it's amazing, amazing news. And here you can see it up close. Let me know if you also want to read this. I will share it with you. Just you can DM me on X or ask in my Telegram community, which is linked below. And I encourage you to join if you ever have questions. You can ask them there and my team or myself will get back to you. So anyway, guys, that's it for today's video. That's it for this week. I hope you're hanging on strong. I hope that you don't get discouraged. You don't get down. Don't listen to anyone who tells you that it's over. It's not. Make sure you sleep well, stay positive, take care of your mind, eat well, don't drink too much alcohol. I'm going to say it, it'll get you depressed. I'll see you guys here on Monday. I love you very much and take care.